Coach Mack, this is going to be a different year for Fulton. I mean, obviously you lose Marcellus Jackson, a Mr. Football winner, did so much offensively and defensively. And just how has it been going so far, creating a new identity for this team?
Well, it's been really good, and it's not – I mean, there's not a whole lot of things you can do because you can't replace Marcellus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not one kid that's going to do what he was able to do last year. You know, we've got 8 coming back on offense. We got a running back coming back. We got 2 of our top 3 receivers coming back. So it's going to be a lot more spread around. You know, our whole offensive line comes back, which last year they were all sophomores and hadn't played, and they've grown up. So we're expecting a lot of good things.
In terms of quarterback position, do you all have a competition or do you have a guy?
Yeah, we were. No, Javon Molden and Dexter Molden are our 2 quarterbacks. You know, we started out the competition in the spring, and Dexter tore his meniscus.
Oh, man.
So we get him back next week.
Okay.
So it's been Javon's show up until now. He had a good day last night at PAF for 7-on-7, and him and they're both very similar.
You know, Marcellus was such a big presence, and he garnered so much of the spotlight. But there are guys like Derek that are really good players.
Oh, yeah.
What are people going to see in Derek Smith this year, you think, for the first time?
Well, I think you'll see one of the most exciting players in East Tennessee. I mean, he runs it for us, he catches it, he returns kicks, he's DB with interception. I mean, he does everything. And I think he'll be one of the most exciting players in East Tennessee.
Are there a couple of guys that could have breakthrough years that you're kind of anticipating, given what you saw in spring or summer, that maybe people don't know their names now but could?
Yeah, I mean, Dexter Lewis, I think he'll be big for us. You know, he's our 3rd leading receiver now. He was our 2nd leading receiver last year. So I think he'll have a big year. And Albert Johnson, running back, we're so much better in offensive line than we were last year. We're expecting big things from Albert just because the offensive line is so much better. And he's quick, jump cuts, that kind of thing. I think we're getting a big year out of him.
Okay. Anything new scheme-wise that we'll see out of Fulton this year? I mean, have y'all had to change anything? Or?
Well, you know, we've Coach Harbison retired, so L.A. Hedrick's the defensive coordinator now, and L.A. started working for me at Central in 1999. Yeah. So we've settled in on 4-2-5 and doing different things up front, a lot of movement, coverages, that kind of thing, and L.A. is just full of fire. You know, he brings energy every day, and the defense really gets after it. And we're not real big at linebacker, but we can run.
What was it like for you last year, kind of being a head coach again?
Hadn't changed a whole lot, you know, from 3 years at Carter. Seems like there's even more administrative duties now than there was 5 years ago. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, you got to establish those relationships with the kids, and they've got to understand you're going to push them, you're going to work them, you're going to get on their tail, and then you're going to love on them just as hard. So, you know, it hadn't changed a whole lot. It helps being retired from teaching and just having 2 classes a day. That gives you a little more time to handle some of those other things.